This might be the most overqualified noodle shop in Chengdu, because the chef here doesn't just make noodles. He takes full Sichuan restaurant dishes like double-cooked pork, dry fried shredded meat, even fire-exploded offal, and turn them into noodles. I tried not one, not two, but 6 of them, including obscure recipe and unique inventions of culinary profiles, all compressed into noodles. And honestly, this might be one of the best noodle experiences I've ever had.
Today is another nice weather day in Chengdu, China. The sky is clear, and today I decide to eat at a traditional noodle restaurant called Yangbo Yin Chuantong Zhajiang Mian. I know you can't remember the name, and also you're gonna butcher the pronunciation. And this restaurant has a Michelin Bib Gourmand status. This restaurant has been there for a really long time. It's got really good special type of noodle. Basically, it's like they have all different kind of traditional Sichuan dishes, and they kind of condense those dishes into topping and they mix it with noodles, hence producing their own unique type of noodles. And also their noodle is something people talk about, so I decided to give it a try today. So back to the name, Yangbo Yin is this guy's name. Chuantong Zhajiang Mian is traditional Zhajiang noodle. Zhajiang is mixed sauce, so it's traditional mixed sauce noodle by this guy's last name is Yang. 我这个手法相当娴熟。漂亮。太懂吗？晕了。好。还是捞正的。This is the classic 塑胶炸酱 vegan chili. Well, why is that called vegan? I actually did some research because in the past, when the living condition wasn't that good, there was no meat in it. It's just basically like the chili oil with the noodle, hence vegan chili. But there is still a scoop of lard in it, so you still have the animal product factor in it. I don't know if that's considered vegetarian, but I guess by the Chinese standard, as long as you don't see the physical meat pieces, it's considered vegetarian. All right, I can't wait. The noodle is really good. It has like strength to it. I don't know if this noodle is made in-house, but it's a lot better than the average noodle shop that you have, like machine-made noodle. I mean, this is probably also machine-made, but because it's thicker, it just has more strength and a little bit like toothsome. I mean, it's not like al dente, like the Italian pasta. In the Chinese context, you have to cook everything like completely cooked, but it still has like the firmness to it. You're gonna have a little bit like teethy resistance. Very aromatic. Even just like the flavor from the meat itself is really potent. So you have like the meaty flavor and a little bit chili oil, a little bit soy sauce. This is not like particularly strong. There isn't like a whole lot of garlic in it or anything like that. It's purely the aromatic chili oil with the meaty meat sauce. So this is more like a savory, salty, a little spicy profile. Next up, we have this bowl called shuang cui, double crisp. The crisp here refers to this topping here. So like these gizzards, different parts of gizzard. This is the frontal part of the gizzard, and this is the middle part of the gizzard. So I guess you can call it like chicken gizzard 2 ways or chicken gizzard 2 parts because they're really crispy when you fry them in oil. And this entire thing as well. There's a lot of topping, which is nice. There's green chili, some scallion, a whole lot of Sichuan peppercorn, and some red chili as well. Oh, like it's very aromatic, soaked in this red broth. Oh, you had a whole lot of flavor in this one. If you ever had this dish, 火爆双脆, which is flash fried double crisp, this basically tastes exactly like that. And in fact, a lot of dishes here, they're basically like classic Sichuan dishes that condensed into a bowl of noodle because they have different toppings, right? As you can see there in their kitchen, they have all these bowls of topping. So they just like basically cook the noodle and they add the topping. The noodle is firm and has that strength to it. This is not as thick as the other one, but you can still taste the texture of it. You have a lot of like this fragrant chili oil, maybe a little bit doubanjiang, which is like in a classic Sichuan cuisine context, and a little flavor from different types of chili. The flavor is simple but intense, and these are the different crisp. Well, it's crispy, right? Oh, this part, the top of chicken gizzard is even more crispy. Pretty good. Green chili, ginger, or this is not to be eaten, and some Sichuan peppercorn. This is really flavorful, but you gotta be careful with this type of noodle because there's a lot of broth oil in it. When you mix it a little too intensely, this thing will tend to splash everywhere. But that's kind of the experience of eating Chengdu noodle. Next one, we have this bowl of gan lan rou si. Lan is a cooking technique. basically braising with small heat, open lid, until all the water evaporates and you get all the oil out, hence the aroma. This is a very traditional old school Sichuan dish. In fact, it's so old school that you don't really see this dish that often in other restaurants anymore. So I am naturally glad to see this dish being represented here. And this one again uses the same noodle as the first one. I think all these, like, we call this ganban, right? So like dry mix. All this dry mix noodle use the flatter noodle, almost like linguine in shape. I can't believe this is just 1 liang, so like 50 gram. This one looks almost like double the size than the other 1 liang noodle that I had before, and the topping is kind of crazy. Like, there's a lot of topping. Let me tell you, usually for this price point, you're not gonna get that much meat, but you really get a hint of smoky flavor from the chili. Not only in this one, but in all the toppings with chili. For example, the double crisp before also has that smoky flavor. And sometimes the smoked chili is so strong that you almost want to cough a little bit. The noodle again has a very nice firm texture and the flavor is fully attached. So fragrant, so aromatic. And this one, again, it's not a complex flavor. It's basically just like the flavor from the meat sauce itself with a hint of smoked chili, maybe with a hint of doubanjiao. But that's it. Simple, but really good. And that's the meat slices. This one is a little fatty piece, but most of them are pretty lean. Like the oil has been completely driven out and almost a little crispy. And wow, that's really good. And also because there's a lot of oil, a lot of meat, that's how you get the flavor, the fragrance, the aroma. Buenísimo. Next up we have double cooked pork. This is also a classic Sichuan dish. Double cooked pork belly with a little bit of doubanjiang depending on the recipe, and tianmianjiang, which is sweet noodle sauce, and suanmiao, which is, there's a lot of topping here. Dry mixed noodle. No, this one is just real simple. Basically the flavor from double cooked pork, but in a noodle. That's it. But this one doesn't have a very thick sauce base compared to the other one. I don't know if it's appropriate to say this, but compared to the other noodles, this one almost feels refreshing. It's hard to say refreshing for this type of noodle, but comparably speaking, like this fragrance, just a bit more mild, more subtle, but you still have it full on. Let's try the pork. Tender and fatty, and I taste Sichuan peppercorn. They don't use a lot, but you just have a hint of that numbing, almost like floral, fresh fragrance. And also, because it uses this suanmiao, right, in the double cooked pork, which is a staple, now it is the season, so you really have that more potent fragrance. I guess that's one of the reasons I say this is almost a little refreshing, because it comes from this. Really good. With all that heavy noodle, let's have some soup. We call it miantang, basically noodle soup. That is just the water that's used to cook the noodle. You don't really have much flavor for this one. Basically like just water, but with a hint of the noodle, flour, whatever flavor in there, piping hot. And there's a wisdom in Chengdu noodle eating. We call it 原汤化原食, which is you use the original soup to solve the food. What it means is that you eat the noodle, then you drink the soup that's used to cook the noodle. That completes the package. So that's something you have to do. Which I think is pretty nice, because a lot of noodle here is heavy, as you can see, right? Like heavy sauce, heavy chili, heavy oil, everything. And this one with just like a pure, simple hot soup just to flush it down. Next up, we have a hidden menu. This is called 胡辣脆烧. Let's mix this first. Burnt chili, crispy topping. But that's kind of the translation here. And just look at this, burnt chili. This one, I think it's even more potent than all the other ones that we had before. So 胡辣 is also a classic Sichuanese flavor profile. It is chili, but you have to fry it so much that it almost burns a little bit. Hence, 胡辣. 胡 is burn, 辣 is spicy, so like burn spicy. It's almost like the preparation of 刀口辣椒, which is like you're chopping the chilies when it's just fried, just to produce the maximum fragrance. And you also have the crispy topping. In this case, it's pork floss. So pork floss with spicy chili and the same noodle. It's so much chili here. I'm a little apprehensive, but let's do it. This one is kind of spicy and numbing. Good amount of Sichuan peppercorn. This hula profile burnt chili. Oh, this one is so strong. This spicy, almost smoky type of flavor lingering in your mouth. You know what? I think this one is cooked to the Italian style or al dente. So like, that's why it gets the strength. At the very center of the noodle, you have a little bit of white dots here. I guess that's one of the most Italian thing I find in this noodle. Bro, this thing is spicy, alright. It's not for everyone, let me tell you this. But it is delicious. And if you want to challenge yourself with a little bit spicy, and if you want to get a feel for the smoked chili flavor, this is the one to try. And also that's why you really need the noodle soup. This thing is spicy level 9,000, smoky spicy. I surrender. Next up, the second of the menu item, 酸辣挂面, spicy and sour noodle. As you can see, this is a different type of noodle. This is what we call 挂面. A lot of people don't really like this type of noodles, but you know what? Hey, each noodle has their own place in certain things, and this is the noodle for that. As you can see, this noodle is pretty thin, right? Slightly spicy, slightly sour, and we have this so here, right? 豌豆尖 or 豌豆尖, that's basically the top of pea shoots. Classic. Usually, Chengdu people eat it blanched like this. And oh, some tomatoes here as well, some scallion. Okay, let's dig in. Spicy, sour. It's really a fusion of sour and spicy, and also a little bit of the burnt chili feeling as well, even a little bit numbing sensation. The flavor kind of gets more intense as it lingers in your palate. That aftertaste of smoked chili is really present. Pea shoots. The spicy, smoky flavor is so real. For a few times, I almost want to cough in front of the camera. It's just that strong. Let me try a little bit of soup. I mean, this is gonna be real spicy, but spicy, numbing, a little sour. The sour is just like kind of like a note here. It's not the most predominant flavor. The flavor is really like kind of spicy and numbing fused, but at the same time being balanced by the sour. Okay, moving on, we have this beautiful egg. This is called beefed up egg. So basically fried egg with pork floss and a little bit of a ikura. Yes. And oh, just look at this. I don't even know where to start. Delicious. The egg first cooked to perfection. You have the crispy bottom and still running yolk. Then you have a little bit caviar for the umami pop, a little bit ketchup for the sweet umami, and then the pork floss for a little bit of a savory. This is me right now. So much carb. I'm almost having a food coma, and all this like spicy, smoky and all that stuff. I hit my brain. I'm like, I don't know what to do now. But enough to say I'm really satisfied. The serotonin is real. And that is everything of this meal. And you know what? The noodle is absolutely amazing. It's so good. First, the noodle is like really good. It's cooked to perfection. Very nice texture and strength, almost in a way like the Italian pasta, right? By the way, if you're a pasta lover, you are definitely gonna love this one. This is almost like a Chinese counterpart, except there's more variety in terms of toppings and flavors and all that stuff. The flavor is strong, it's really fragrant. The smoky chili is just like top notch. My favorite is the ganlan, the smaller meat slices is like crispy and all. Double cooked pork is also good, refreshing. My personal preference are these like thicker noodles, dry mix, or sometimes with the soupy ones. They're all good. I have visited a couple of Michelin Bib Gourmand noodle shop, and I have to say this is by far the best. I think this one has really set its distance apart from all the other similar noodle shop. This is really like in a league of its own. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next one. Ciao.